All right, welcome. Part two. Why does functional medicine matter and what is it? And why should I learn about it? Okay, I'm Dr. Val, functional medicine doctor, and I talked a little bit about what is the approach in functional medicine to your health problems. Usually, conventional medicine does not go far enough upstream. Many of your health concerns are coming from the end result symptoms of some breakdown, right? So, okay, we all know that our bodies are made up of organs, and we're very good at compartmentalizing. You have a liver disease, you have a thyroid disease, you have a heart condition, you have problems in this isolated body system. Well, guess what? Your body, nothing in it is isolated. Everything talks to everything else, right? So, even more than that, every part of you is made up of cells, right? And yeah, they're specialized cells. Your thyroid cells are different than your muscle cells, and that's different than your brain cells. But cells have very, 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 very common characteristics on the membrane, on the way they work on the inside, on the things that they need, on the nutrition they need. Okay. Your genetic code is in every single cell. And the expression of that is largely dictated by the cell's environment. So ultimately, your thyroid issue or your chronic inflammatory X, Y, or Z, or your diabetes or your whatever comes down to dysfunction on a cellular level. When I went through med school, we were really never taught anything about being able to influence the cell individually. Like, yeah, we were taught about the tissues. Okay, you can do this and it helps this tissue. It helps the thyroid. It helps the heart. It targets that area. But what about the cells as a whole? There's basic properties on how the body builds a cellular membrane, right? And that's really, 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 really important. Are you giving your body the building blocks in your diet from everything that you're eating? Are you giving your body the building blocks that it needs to be able to build and repair cellular membrane? The membrane on a cell is made up of what's called a biphosphate or phospholipid layer. So it's a double fat layer. And that repair to maintain that and the formation of that requires some very specific things. And when there's inflammation and things that are literally sticking to the outside of that membrane, that affects, it interrupts all of the cross membrane receptors, like your hormone receptors, where one end is sticking out, waiting for something to attach, and then it triggers a change or a signal inside the cell. That is totally disrupted. So, just looking at a cell, what is it that you need to be able to build healthy cells and repair the ones that you do have? That is something that really I never learned as a function of nutrition, as a function of health, that if you're not doing X, Y, and Z, then your body cannot even repair things on a cellular level. So it doesn't matter how much extra hormone you're taking over here. If your cells that are listening for that hormone are so inflamed or so damaged that they can't get, the signal molecule that is sticking out waiting for a signal, if it can't function correctly, it doesn't matter how much extra hormone you put out here. And that's one of the things about getting back to a cellular level and realizing there is so much that you can do to help the body actually use and heal and repair its own cells. There is a process called autophagy. Autophagy, which this process and the development of this process, the discovery, I should say, of it, won the Nobel Prize in 2016 for mapping out what this process of autophagy was. Autophagy is when the body has signaled that this cell is too far damaged to repair. that the body will self-ingest. It breaks down all of that damaged, broken cell and takes those building blocks and uses it to build new cells. But the breaking down process is called autophagy. That process is super important, and there's things that you can do to stimulate that so the body isn't just sitting here with all these damaged cells and no time to repair and no time to break down those cells. That is a good process, because with every cell that is broken down and undergoes autophagy, the body then stimulates your own stem cells to go in and replace that cell with a brand new healthy one. So that process is amazing. That is something that there's a whole lot of things that we won't get into here, but that you can do to stimulate the body's normal breakdown process. And when you're stressed and when you're eating all the time, the body can't do repair. It can only do storage and like damage control. Chaos control is really what it does. So that is one concept of health that is totally different. Is you have to go back to a cellular level. What is it that your body needs for cellular health? That's totally different. So check out my video tomorrow, and we will continue this discussion on what is it that makes functional medicine so different, and what the approach is, and why you can benefit from it. So I'm now on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Follow me. I'll have links below. Have an awesome day.